think very clearly what we learned here at Griswold, across Cass County and across the country, is there is no substitute for students, for reading to students out loud and physically working with a student. Many of us throughout the country tried to exchange reading with maybe apps or a device or something like that.
COVID had an unprecedented effect on student learning and all students' progress at all grade levels. Math scores, they've made a modest recovery, but reading scores have continued to decline. Learning gaps have widened between lower performing students and higher performing ones, as test scores for students who were doing well have increased, while students who were struggling before the pandemic have fallen even further behind their peers.
We saw kids that are now like in 5th and 6th grade that were kindergartners at the time, and they left us, which was just for a minute. It felt like, it was March, we shut down, and when they came back in the fall, like our test scores just tanked. That last semester, they really start to solidify the things that we teach them, kind of cements it in their brain. So we saw across the country, we saw literacy scores drop. What also impacted it was that kids didn't get to spend time with like extended families. And that's another thing that's really important, is just talking to your kids. That too will build vocabulary. And today we're fighting against technology. It's not just giving your kid that iPad, but it's also parents are also looking at the phones and not talking to their kids. So the pandemic led to a lot of that too, because we all got a little more addicted to our phones because we couldn't do all the things that we wanted to do.
The data is very clear. Reading with students physically out of a textbook cannot be beat. And so I think through the pandemic, what we learned is there's no substitute for reading with kids and encouraging kids to read.